On October 9th, Ankara launched a military offensive in northeastern Syria. It was meant to push back Kurdish fighters and create a so-called safe zone to host the more than 3 million Syrian refugees living in Turkey. The assault, however, created a new humanitarian crisis in the region, after it displaced tens of thousands of civilians from Syria's Kurdish population. According to the United Nations World Food Programme, many of these people are now without homes and living in shelters and host communities. A majority of them are women and children.
The route took around 4 hours to travel. We walked and it was a long distance. It was very tiring pushing Mustafa's chair until we arrived.
We left with nothing. A plane was bombing us and we barely managed to escape to save ourselves and our children. The organizations provided us with some items, but we have no doors, no windows. This is how we're living.
The offensive has also driven people across the border into Iraq. The UN says Iraqi Kurdistan has received more than 10,000 refugees since the offensive was launched. This comes as many host communities there are already struggling to accommodate refugees. The war in Syria has taken a heavy toll on civilians, especially women and children, who continue to bear the brunt of the 8-year conflict. According to the World Food Programme, more than 6,000 people are displaced every day, while many more suffer from the consequences of attacks, resulting in thousands of injuries and deaths. A World Food Programme report released in July put the number of people in need of humanitarian aid at 11.7 million, with 6.5 million of them lacking reliable access to a sufficient quantity of affordable and nutritious food, and an additional 4 million at risk of slipping into food insecurity.